guys, my name's Jasmine. I'm a mom and a full-time corporate girly, and this is Thriving-ish, where I attempt to get my shit together one day at a time. In the first episode of this series, I went over my entire financial reset, so be sure to check that video out. Today, I'm sharing how I plan my year around my 2026 goals. I'm the type of person who, if it's not written down somewhere in some way, my brain just deletes it. Calendar reminders are my lifeline, and I know that I need a lot of time to ramp up to get certain things done. And I used to beat myself up over that, but honestly, it's just who I am, and that's the way my brain works under my mental load that I have. So it is what it is. I've learned to plan around my personality instead of fighting it, and that's what we're gonna do today. My main goals for this year are, number one, pay down my credit card. My soft goal is to get my balance down to around $7,000 from $20,000 or $21,000. I'm going slowly, but intentionally. That company is going to get its money when it gets its money. I'm not going to miss a payment, but I'm certainly not going above and beyond. Goal number two is to restock my closet with higher quality clothing. The way I'm looking at it is prioritizing clothing that feels good and makes me feel good. Goal number three is to budget $3,000 for Christmas of 2026. I had originally set this budget at $2,000, but I have a huge family. There's 12 people at least on my side and then my boyfriend's side. So $2,000 just wasn't realistic. So I increased it, and I'm going to be saving throughout the year rather than waiting till the end of the year when it's the shopping season and using up all of my disposable income at that time. I'd rather just smooth it out throughout the year. Goal number four is to declutter my home. As the descendant of a hoarder, the situation is extremely dire. It's embarrassing. I'm a little uncomfortable about sharing, but well, we'll get into it. Goal number five is to take 2 travel trips and a few road trips. Think traveling to a nearby attraction that doesn't require a plane ticket and doesn't require PTO. Goal number 6, and this one's my passion project, is to gut and regrow my butterfly garden. If you're not familiar with a butterfly garden, don't worry, I was not either until I bought my home. It's really just a mix of like wildflowers and pollinator-friendly plants. They're known for attracting pollinators of all kinds. So think bees, butterflies, hummingbirds, even bats. When it's in full bloom, not only is it the most beautiful and whimsical sight, but the traffic we get of butterflies and hummingbirds, it's just so lovely and wholesome, and I love that my home has this feature. It is absolutely one of the main curb appeal factors that my home has, and I've consistently missed the planting season every single year. So this year, that's not happening again. Mark my words. The way I'm gonna make these goals work for me and my personality and my quirks is through ADHD-friendly planning. I'm breaking the year into seasons and blocking thinking and prep time on my calendar. Just booking out the time to think, research, prep, order things that I need for upcoming events. That's crucial for me. And I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Every year, right by my house, a firework pop-up shop pops up every year at the end of June. You would think that that would tell my brain that the 4th of July is coming. And it does. I'm like, oh yeah, 4th of July is coming. Of course the pop-up shop is here. Of course. But does that ever trigger the thought in my head of like, oh, Jasmine, you actually need to like prep for a cookout. You're going to need to buy food for the cookout. You're going to need stuff for s'mores. You're going to need to stop by that stand and get some of those fireworks. But somehow 2 + 2, it never equals 4. And I never remember that I have to actually get the stuff ready for 4th of July. And therefore, I never host 4th of July. And I'm sick of it. What? I'm missing out on so much good quality time with my family because the moment I like come up with a thought or think that I need to sit down and plan for something that I know is coming, my mind is already on to 10 other thoughts and what I need to make for dinner and the chores I have to do that night and stuff I have to do to get my daughter ready for this, that, or the third. It's just the mental load of being a person and an adult and a mom. It has gotten the better of me for so long now. I need to take control of my life back. I want to start enjoying things like the 4th of July, but I also know I need to plan for them. So yeah, you get it. Here, I'm breaking everything into seasonal focus cards. Now, I invented all of this stuff. I made this up. I don't know if anybody else does this. It's just an idea that I had, and I'm gonna try it. While I'm filming this, it is like the first week of spring. So winter's over, and thank goodness. That was the most horrendous winter in a long time. And I'm from Connecticut. I do this. I am not new to this. And thankfully, I was super intentional about my winter goals. I stayed home. I decluttered. I did a soft spending freeze. I just stayed home and minded my business, and that was perfect because there's really nothing to do when there's inches and inches of snow on the ground. I did, however, start chipping away at goals 2 and 3, my savings related goals, and I had been physically going to the bank and taking out money for each of those goals every time I get paid and putting that money into separate envelopes. Because if that money stays digital, I will touch it, it will disappear. I have no discipline, and I'm working on that. Having it in cash is easy for me, and in the envelopes, it's out of sight, out of mind. So that's working. Since I want to continue on my decluttering journey, I'm going to book that for every 2 weeks. During winter, I also started thinking about the first road trip that I want to take. I do have like a soft idea of what that's going to look like in my head, but I'm just looking. I'm not booking. I'm gathering info, inspo. I'm looking at hotels, figuring out what feels right for this weekend trip. That way, when I'm ready to book, I'm not starting from scratch. I already know exactly what I'm going to be booking. I'm not doing it right now. And winter planning was pretty light in terms of like family events and birthdays and stuff. So I don't have too much left to do on this card, which is fine. I'm still going to keep it on hand and refer back to it in future check-ins. Moving on to spring 2026, our current season. We're going to do a winter check-in really quick. We're going to celebrate any wins that we had, and anything that's unfinished, we're just going to roll it into spring. Here are some of the things I'm checking in on. How much have my credit card balances gone down? Have I purchased new clothing this season? Am I on track with my Christmas savings goal? Do I have before and afters to compare decluttered areas? Do I have any solidified travel plans? In spring, our savings and our decluttering goals are going to continue. We're starting to build momentum. This is where travel planning becomes real. I'm blocking out time to map out logistics, hotels that I'm considering, excursions that I want to go on during this trip, and how much it's going to cost. That way nothing feels rushed or chaotic later. I get a lot of anxiety around traveling, so the more smooth I have it set up to be, the better experience for me, because I just do not love traveling. This season, I'm also going to be creating a seasonal bucket list. In spring, I'm going to work on the summer bucket list, and in summer, I'm going to work on the fall bucket list. And it's not really a bucket list because I don't plan on dying, but I guess, what do we want to call it? Like a to-do list, a must-do list. We can do like a bingo card. To be determined, because I actually want to enjoy where I live instead of letting the seasons just pass me by. New England can actually be a vibe, but you do have to try a lot harder to have a good time than you would in like a major city. Now, looking at spring events, we are back outside. I have a couple of family birthdays and there are a couple of holidays. Some of these events I just copied over from my personal calendar, and I'm realizing that I made the really smart decision to send myself email reminders. I'm gonna go back to everything else that I made and do email reminders as well, because if I don't, they won't happen. To lighten my heavy lift, I'm just gonna buy all the gifts at once. That's going to make things so much less chaotic and allow me to focus on day of things like getting myself ready, getting my daughter ready, getting out of the house on time. And something about that just gives like classy, rich girl vibes. And that's right where I want to be this year, not running to the store day of like a fool. Moving into May, I've got a couple birthdays coming up in June. I've got my brother's birthday. Don't forget. We also have Father's Day coming up in June, and I do want to get a gift and plan either a dinner or some type of outing, and if necessary, I'll make reservations. Then I have my man's birthday also coming up in June, so in May I'm going to decide on what I'm getting him and make plans to celebrate. He's not really a birthday person, so it's totally on me to force something on him if that is the vibe. But he's going to be 35, so I'd like to do something special for him. Okay, we've made it to summer 2026. Everything up until this point has been planned so intentionally, and we've built so much momentum. We're looking cute. We've decluttered the house. We've built solid money habits. We're no longer operating from that lack mindset, and we are moving towards thriving. Let's check in on our progress again, celebrating any wins and rolling anything unfinished into fall. For summer, I am absolutely, positively needing to plan an anniversary trip for me and my man. It's going to be our 5-year anniversary this year, and we need a trip. Ideally, it would be to an all-inclusive resort of some type, but the challenge is we both hate flying. So I'm going to set aside an entire day to really lock in and think about what we want to do, if that's something out of the country and what that looks like, or if we're just going to stay somewhere close to home that doesn't require a flight. I'm going to force him to make a decision with me and stick to it. We both need to be completely 1000% on board, because the amount of trips we have canceled is not zero. Then once we have our decision, we're just going to start setting aside money for it. That way we can pay for things and book well in advance. And when it's time to go on our trip, we don't have to pull anything else out of the bank, because our anniversary is 7 days before Christmas. In summer, I don't have any major events to coordinate. There's no huge birthdays other than my own. And I do want to do something special for my birthday, but I haven't decided what yet. So let me set aside some time to be intentional, clear my mind, and figure out what I want to do for me and who I want to spend it with. Also, within our summer planning, we have to plan our fall bucket list, because that is probably the best time of year in New England. It's Halloween, it's foliage, it's weather, it's everything New England. We really do fall right. We're on to fall 2026 planning, and if you're still with me, you're a real one. And if you're following along and trying this method, I know we're going to get shit done together. And of course, at the start of the fall season, we're going to reflect on summer, how we did on our summer bucket list and our summer goals. This is also the season where I'm going to start on my butterfly garden. There's quite a few steps that are going to go into this, and the area where my butterfly garden sits is quite large. So I need to map out quite a few days for this project. Knowing that I need to have the soil prepped for November, I'm going to set aside one day for planning the layout of where I want different seeds to go, or if I'm just going to do like the chaos gardening method where you throw seeds and see what happens. That can work out really, really cute with wildflowers, because they're wildflowers. But a bigger goal that I have around my butterfly garden is to become a certified butterfly conservatory. And in order to do that, you do have to meet certain requirements about the types of plants that are living in your butterfly garden. So you need to have a certain number of like milkweeds, for example, because butterfly will lay their eggs in a milkweed, and then they won't be able to eat from that milkweed. They'll need to eat from another plant. So there's all kinds of different requirements to it. So I don't know if chaos gardening is the way that I really want to go. So yeah, a full day for planning the layout. One day to go to the store or go online and order seeds. One day just for leaf blowing and raking. And then at least one day for planting. I'm so excited just talking about it. I know this is going to be so fun to really give it my all this year, even though it's a lot of work. And the past few years that I've lived here, the butterfly garden hasn't really been like poppin', but we have still had a really good amount of traffic, especially hummingbirds and butterflies. So if we're getting good traffic when we're not even being super intentional about it, I can only imagine what is going to pop off when I really lock in and make this a priority. In the past, I have joked with my man and said that I want my butterfly garden to be so eye-poppingly colorful and stunning and like out of this world that people crash their car when they drive by. And now that I'm older and wiser, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but if they want to stop and park and like take pictures, that's my new amended goal. Fall birthdays and event planning, we don't have anything super major. I mean, we have little kids, so we go trick-or-treating, but there isn't a ton of planning or prep that goes into that. I just need to buy some candy. But my daughter's birthday is in fall, and I have a feeling we're going to be traveling for her birthday this year. She has been talking about going to Universal Studios in Florida, and I do think she's ready for that level of roller coaster. I'm a little bit hesitant to plan a birthday around something that's slightly out of her comfort zone. But one thing about my daughter that I admire so much is that she does take a long time to make a decision, but once she makes that decision, she stands on it. She's just an amazing, powerful woman. She's 8. I just love that part of her personality where she's like, not indecisive, but like, I'm not in a rush to do anything. I'll let you know when I'm positive. When I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Honestly, I admire her so much. She's an incredible person. Huge fan. I think it would be a good idea, since she does take some time to make up her mind, is to start talking about it. When's the beginning of fall? First day of fall 2026. The first day of fall is only like a week before her birthday. That's not enough time. I think I'm actually going to go back and put this on my summer card and get her wheels turning in summer. We've finally made it to winter 2026, and this is when we get to coast. We've done all the hard work. We have enjoyed the shit out of our year. We have thrived. This is going to be a season of rest, relaxation, going into Christmas without a huge financial burden. I still have to do the shopping and the wrapping, but it's not going to be a financial strain. This is also the season where I get to enjoy my anniversary trip with my man, and we haven't done that before, and I'm so excited to be spending 5 years with him, or to have spent 5 years with him. He is truly the love of my life. It has not felt like 5 years at all. It has felt like 5 months. Like, no amount of time with this man is enough. He is my best friend, and I'm really excited to just have a getaway and chill, just the two of us, and celebrate our beautiful, healthy relationship. We're gonna, of course, start the winter season off by reflecting on fall goals and how we did, and our fall bucket list, and just celebrating not just the wins from fall, but like what an amazing year we've had, all of the goals that we set out to accomplish and how far we've come on them. Maybe some didn't quite turn out the way that we wanted them to. Maybe we introduced some new goals along the way, but how cute was our year? It was very cute. One other thing that we also do in my family every year, and it's kind of become our new tradition, which is so cute, is we rent a 15-passenger van. I told you I have a big family. And we all load up and we go look at Christmas light displays. Some local, but there's also a few bigger displays about an hour away from us that we drive to and just put on Christmas music, and I make little goodie bags. It's just cute to do something like that right before Christmas. I need to plan for that tour because between the goodie bags and renting the van and picking up the van and dropping off the van and buying tickets to the light displays, I mean, nothing's easy, okay? Like I said earlier, you can have fun in New England, but it is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to set a day to outline the budget for that and pre-order the van, figure out what's going in these goodie bags, just order all the supplies and have them ready to go. Then all that will be left is to just wrap gifts and enjoy the rest of the season inside before we start all over again for 2027 planning. And with the year coming to a close around that time, I just know that we have had the cutest year. We lived intentionally. We did our best. And we showed up as the woman we want to be. Oh, it was cute. Because it was never about being perfect. It was about setting ourselves up for success and doing our best. And that's what Thriving-ish is all about. Moving forward, I'm going to do check-ins and kind of show you how things are going with these goals through vlogs, which I'm really excited about putting together. I love a good vlog, and I also think it's gonna not only force me out of my comfort zone because I'm really introverted in real life, but it's also gonna force me to like do more stuff and be more interesting and stick to my damn goals. So I'm super excited about that. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying putting it together. Here's what my seasonal focus cards look like. I think they're so cute. I'm so glad I color coordinated for the different seasons. So I have one for my overall goals for 2026, and then I have one for each season of the year. And this is something that's going to go up Probably at my bedside to where I can look at it every morning and every night and realize that little habits that are done consistently can create a huge change. So I have these big, humongous goals that I want to accomplish, especially paying off that much debt. Like, that is crazy to think about. But if I just stay on track with paying $3,000 in one season, which only the way I get paid, which is every 2 weeks, it's $500 a pay period, which is $250 a week. For me, that's reasonable. And I know that those payments are pretty much automated already. So if I can just stick to it and realize that, like, those little bits of action will align with me reaching my goals, it's really going to help me keep on track. Like, I've heard this saying, like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And these cards, these goals right here, are my one bite at a time. I'm not doing way too much in the beginning of the year to punish myself and to try to get to the end goal faster. I'm doing things sustainably. I'm living intentionally. I'm still very much enjoying my life, as you will see, but I have goals and I'm working towards them. What else could a girl possibly do? So yeah, now that I have these written out, I'm so excited. They're really so cute. I think I might even like add some stickers to them, but I didn't have any today. I wish I was somebody who could like doodle or like do like a little sketch, like put some little flowers on them or something, but I just know that they would not look as good as they do in my head. So I'm gonna leave them as is for now. But when I do go to Michael's next, I'm going to see what is available for stickers and maybe spruce these up or redo them with some stickers that are seasonal. I don't know what the word is. But I'm so excited about these. I hope that you make your own. I think these are really going to be the thing that keeps me on track, because I'm not a vision board, mood board girly, even though I love them and I love them for you if that's your thing. For me, they're cute and it's nice to see, but they've never really made a difference for me. And when the year's up, I haven't achieved those goals, and now I just have this big reminder of it. And it also feels weird to get rid of them. But like, what do I do with it? Do I recycle this? Is it trash? Do I burn it? Like, it's just too much. It is too much for me. So having little flashcards and putting them up at my bedside and checking them off, super, super easy for me to stay on track and really easy for me to check in with myself. I know what my high level goals are. And then every month I can look back and say, oh, wow, in spring, that's what I did. And that's how I got here. Or that's what I didn't do. And I need to add it on to the next card. So I think these are going to be a really, really good way for me and my brain and my personality to do the things we want to do. So let me know if you try this. And I'll see you soon. Okay, love you, bye.